Hello, I'm Adriana and welcome to my channel. In order to become a clear vessel, a pure vessel for information from the other side, I have worked on my issues for 8 years, every single day. And this allows me to bring forward high vibrational information, connection with the spirit guides to help you on your own growth journey. So today we're going to start with a collective reading. I don't have a particular spread picked out. We're just going to kind of go with the flow. So message first. What is our biggest message right now, our highest lesson? Okay, Ace of Earth. This is about we're learning to trust our intuition in different ways. Bigger ways perhaps than you would normally use your intuition. This for me rings really true because I've been getting messages for the last couple days about being comfortable using my intuition in ways that I'm not usually comfortable using it. For me, this is about prophecy, looking into the future. I don't like to do that, but my guides have been saying you really need to be doing this. So it's something like that, where your intuition it's almost like it's being upgraded to a new level and you're going to be able to get information. And for a lot of us, that's actually very scary because you can't unsee what you see, right? So if you have been keeping yourself smaller, you've been limiting your intuition, perhaps because you don't want to see certain things, or you don't want to know certain things. That's not where we're going right now. That is not where the cosmic energy is trying to take us. So this is about staying grounded. She's on the ground. This is Ace of Earth. So we are talking about that connection to the earth, but understanding that as you stay more and more grounded, you need to also be open to receiving more and more information. And I feel someone I'm talking to is going to be able to see farther, to see broader than what you're habitually used to doing, to seeing. All right, so what is helping us with this at this time and what's getting in our way? Helping and hindering, please. It looks like we're going to get 2 cards for each. So helping, we've got 5 of Fire and the Hanged Man. What's getting in our way? Okay, I'll show you the cards in a second. Queen of Water and 2 of Water. Interesting. Okay. So, which one do you want to know first? I'm going to start with hindering, actually. 2 of Water and Queen of Water. So we're looking at emotions. We're also looking at relationships. So your relationship with others, your relationship with someone in particular, someone close to you, prevents you from getting to this more expanded place. And also the Queen of Water, being that person that everyone leans on. Perhaps you're too tied to the identity of that role. This is really kind of funny. I was reading a Dear Abby last night, and I really disagreed with Abby's advice. The problem was this woman is always the caretaker for her family. She's got a nephew in very dire circumstances, is coming out of being in jail for drug addiction. And he's asking her, can I live with you while I rehab? Well, the problem is she's trying to start a new life with her fiance. So Dear Abby was saying to kind of compromise halfway, set very strong boundaries with the nephew, even though the fiance is not comfortable with the situation at all. I disagreed because this is a new life. She's trying to step into a new role and enabling or trying to help the nephew, or being the one that he has to lean on. I mean, this is an adult nephew. I just didn't think it was appropriate, especially if the fiance, if this is going to compromise their life together, their new life together. Because when you start a new relationship or you move to the new phase of it, it's like a new door opening. It's a new phase. So it sounds to me like Anyway, so it feels like it's something like that where you're used to being one thing for many people, and now this journey of intuition, your own self opening up, is bringing you to a new place. And the Two of Water is also asking you to really reflect on who you are and how you feel whole and complete on your own. Often we reach for another when we feel incomplete. And that's what's going on here. And if we're feeling incomplete and we're reaching for others, we're also drawing others to us who also feel incomplete. And that's not where a true soul connection comes in. And in order for this true soul connection for you, you have to be very honest with this new part of yourself that's trying to open up. So if you're hiding that, if you're not showing that, if you're not letting yourself go there because you're afraid of what it's going to do to a current or a future relationship, that is what's getting in your way. There's something else in the Queen of Water here. What else is in the Queen of Water? This is also about deeply listening to your own needs first. This is the classic oxygen mask goes on you before it goes on your loved ones or anyone around you. You have to help yourself first. We have in our culture a lot of wounded healer archetypes, people who try to heal others but have not done work themselves, or enough work where they're beyond the place of the person they're trying to heal. And so the information gets garbled and doesn't really help the other person. But in this case, it's about getting to a sense of being more honest with what it takes to support this waking up, to support this expansion that you feel. So it's not just about, okay, yeah, I need to rest, I need to eat well, it's deeper than that. It's what is your soul really asking for? And I believe that you're going to be finding some big changes. It may be things like we need to change our job, we need to change where we live. When you find yourself opening up and it's like the seed is just starting to grow, you still have time to move or to change physical circumstances in your life because those roots haven't taken too much hold into the earth yet. So this is because this is a timing thing. It's really important to get honest with yourself now. Are you in the right space internally? Is everything in your physical environment supporting that space? Because again, Ace of Earth, this is a foundational card. We have to lay the foundation first. All right, now let's see what's helping you. We've got the Hanged Man, we've got the Five of Fire. So both of these say to me that you have been handling, I said I was going to show it to you, you have been handling any challenges that come your way with a lot of grace. And you are not complaining about these challenges. You're not going into, ugh, why me? Why this again? Why all these? Why am I getting hit? You're handling this with poise. It's like one thing at a time. And you're not backing down in the face of being challenged, which is something new for you. You're not backing down. And I also feel like you're choosing when to pick, you're choosing your battles. You're choosing when to pick a fight if a fight is necessary. And there's something else trying to come through with the Hanged Man. It's like you're understanding surrender better. You're understanding what it means to trust the universe, to trust your guides, to trust in a plan that's bigger than you. Not one that you don't have a say in, but in trusting there's just something bigger going on than what your consciousness is able to maybe process right now. I'm being told to clarify the Hanged Man. Elder of Earth. So this is our full culmination. So you're feeling like you can, remember when I said before, someone is going to be able to see farther? You're sensing where this journey is going to take you. You're sensing where you're going to end, the Elder of Earth, and you know it's a good place. You know you're going to end up supported. You know you're going to end up very abundant. And you're happy to surrender to that. Maybe you're not seeing a lot of, like this is a journey from 1 to 13 or 14, and you're maybe not seeing those final stages yet, but you're willing to kind of put up with the junk because you could see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I want to say it's like optimism, it's trust and faith in a better future and a better place that's keeping you going right now. And keep that very strong. There's some stuff that needs to be worked on within relationships, making sure that you're taking care of yourself, doing your thing first, and not allowing relationships or relationship roles to compress where you're trying to expand. But your optimism and your belief and your knowing that you're headed for something really good. This isn't hope. These aren't hope cards. These are real earth. It's tangible. So I just kind of feel like even though you may have some challenges thrown your way, it's not anything that's stopping you in your tracks, and you're not even really registering them as challenges so much as necessary evils on your path, on the yellow brick road, on the path to what is desired. And because they're necessary evils, they don't really have a hold on you. They're not really having a huge impact. You're just like, oh, right, yeah, today I've got to take out the garbage. Don't really like doing it, but I got to do it. And of course, I'm talking metaphorically there. Okay, is there any information, or can we go into the signs now? Let's go. I'm going to do a little bit of astrology grab bag and pull additional messages piggybacking on this one for a few signs here. Right, so we're going to do message for Leo, for Aries, Neptune, Hanged Man. I'm going to say Pisces for this one, okay, because it's ruling the, yeah. Okay, so we've got Leo, Aries, and Pisces. I'll show you these guys. All right, I'm going to do Pisces first. So, additional message for Pisces, please, coming off of this reading. Oh, Magician. Magician fell out. Now, interesting that it comes off the Hanged Man, and we also have the Hanged Man. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. We've got double Hanged Man. So they used the Hanged Man to show Pisces, and we had Pisces in the reading. Make sure that you are surrendering in a way that supports your feeling of being the creator of your life, the creator of your circumstance. So when I used to do piano recitals with my piano students in piano studio, I learned very early, before I started teaching, actually, I saw this, my mentor, she used to get herself all tied in knots about how are the kids going to do, how are they going to perform, and then after the recital, she said she'd be up all night churning and churning, like what could they have done better? What should I have done in my process leading up to the recital to have them do better? And I just saw her tying herself in knots, and I thought, you know, we've got to let go at some point. When things are out of your hands, you have to curate and nurture and put in energy and effort up to a certain point, but then there's a point where you have to know when to let go. And I believe it's in the birthday book, The Secret Language of Birthdays. For my birthday in particular, I love the saying. It said the highest form of control is knowing when to let go. And those are kind of the same, they're similar concepts here, because you have to give attention to something long enough, and then there's a point where you have to let go and say, okay, I've done all I can. Now it's the universe's job to bring me the feedback or bring me the next step. And so Pisces, there's a difference between just giving up, like, okay, I can't do anything about this, it's out of my hands. I give up. It's very victim aligned, like I have no say over this, I have no control, I'm just going to go. And there's a difference between doing that and saying, you know what, I feel good about the work I've done. I have put in a lot of intention. I've put in a lot of thought. I've put in a lot of my desire. Now I can step back and let the universe do what it needs to do to catch up to my desire. So it's a difference between surrendering from a place of empowerment and surrendering from a place of disempowerment. Letting go, understanding that at this stage of the process you're not in control, means that you came from a place where you were in control, and control in a good way. The magician, you have directed where you want energy to go. You have directed where you want your manifesting energy to go, and you have asked for specific things, and you realize the power that you have in connecting to the universe. Really, these are extensions of the same relationship, but at different phases. The magician happens at the beginning when we connect to the divine and we ask for certain things. The hanged man happens a little bit later, where we say, okay, I've told the universe everything I want. Now the hanged man has to come in because I have to step back. All right, you have more power than what you realize, Pisces. You have more ability to channel and divert energy where you'd like it to go. Make sure you're using all of that. All right, do Aries next. Message for Aries. Okay, I'm going to get 2 cards here. Queen of Air and 7 of Fire. So diplomacy is required, Aries. Care with your words. Care with how you are responding to those who would like to challenge you and who would like to perhaps unseat you from where you are. Queen of Air, I love how organized she is. She's got all of her wasps or her bees really lined up. And so she's got her ducks in a row. Again, it's that poise, it's that elegance we were talking about, the way of dealing with adversity and not falling off your horse. So just being able to keep your seat, to keep your balance. And the Queen of Air, it's a short and sweet kind of energy where you just short and sweet say something to the point, to the heart of the matter, and walk away. Don't get involved with explaining yourself or making excuses or trying to make the other person understand you, or maybe getting a little verbose, a little bit heavy, a little pedantic on what you're trying to say. It's just go right to the heart of the matter, short and sweet, and then walk away. Also make sure that you're really standing up for yourself here. Again, the standing, there's so much vertical, and she's standing on these roots, which may or may not be connected to these shadow figures. Standing up for yourself, really important here. So even though you're dealing with these things with grace, make sure that you're still interacting in a culture of respect, and that you are still being willing to assert yourself, again, quietly and not aggressively, but to assert yourself when it's necessary. The wings being up and down, again, picking your battles. Know when you need to show your strength. Know when you need to keep that strength a little bit more inward, but just present. It's like knowing when you need to say something versus knowing when you need to stay quiet. And for you, Aries, I'm feeling like don't stay quiet for too long. You need to make sure that you say, nope, wait a minute. One of my cats is really good at telling you when he's had enough. He'll say something first, and then if you don't listen, then he'll go in with the claws. I really appreciate that about him, because sometimes the cats just go in with the claws. So it's like out of nowhere, they're purring, and then they latch in with the teeth. So you don't want things to build up so far that you feel resentment, Aries. That's why you need to talk it out quicker, let it out quicker. All right, and lastly, Leo. What is our message for Leo? It's also interesting the way these cards came out. We have Cardinal and Fixed Fire. So in this deck, it's the pair. So I feel like, Aries, there may be something in this for you too. All right, one card, Three of Air. I'm probably going to end up clarifying this as well. Leo, this is heavier betrayal energy. And where is it coming from? Is it coming from the self? Is it coming from someone else? It seems to be coming from outside you. All right, so it's not time to let your guard down. Be very present and aware, because the threat is not gone. Someone trying to take something from you, whether it's energy, whether it's something literal, time, respect. Keep coming to respect a lot today. Self-respect, perhaps someone trying to take your self-respect, your sense of self. It's not done. You're not done. That's still, you still need to look out for that. You still need to guard against that. There's something about your strength. Is it that the strength is inconsistent? Sometimes this person wears you down, and at some points you're able to fend them off, other times you're not. So when we were talking earlier in the reading about making sure you're in the right physical space to support this expansion, making sure that your environment supports you, just be really aware that when this person gets to you, they do really get to you, because again, it's not the first time, it's the second, third, fourth, or fifth, and all of a sudden you're just like, ugh. So I just want to say to you, Leo, the fight is not over. You still need to hang in there a little bit more, and you still need to stay strong. Okay, so here we are with me looking into the future, something I don't really want to do, but I'm going to do it for you, Leo. Where is this headed? Council of Monarchs. So there's going to be a coming to justice, a coming to reason. That's why it's really important that you don't allow yourself to get so worn down, because when you get yourself worn down, there's a habit or a tendency to get emotional. And then when you get emotional, you've lost all grip on reason. You've lost all grip on logic. And it is the logic and the reason that is going to that's going to shine the light on this person's behavior and on their action. But you have to detach yourself from it. You have to step away from it and no longer get yourself stabbed by it. I feel like the phrase like bring to justice, or bring to justice is coming out very strong here, Leo. So you're headed for that. It's not like this person is going to be able to do this forever. There's going to be a reckoning, or a day of, it's not just resolution. It's like where they see, or it's pointed out by a third party what's going on, and suddenly they can't get away with it anymore. But you have to help this situation by aligning yourself with truth and detachment, so that they cannot get into your energy, so that they can't get at you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.